Soldier Yatham. Siren 2. Let's get it. When you bought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the law, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yan was misled and not past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying, I'm no talebearing. Get deep behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get deep behind me, Satan. No idolatry, no adultery. Get deep behind me, Satan. I can't deal with my brother false. Get deep behind me, Satan. Seem like a never end the war between flesh and the spirit. I heard that voice say this the way, I pray my loved ones hear it. I'm treating sin like it got cooties, don't wanna get near it. If not pertaining to the Father, I'm sorry, I'm fearless. Won't take a left turn all right when it's a narrow path. You keep the law, you get the kingdom, I can simple math. Both in your house all day on Hamashiach's behalf. Deny the mark of the beast, or drink from the cup of wrath. Keep your spirit pure, practice on fasting and praying. You will say you must multiply your faith and your patience. Love thy neighbor as thyself, don't never betray me. And if you're tempted, pray and say, get thee behind me, Satan. When you bought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the law, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yan was misled and not past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying, I'm no talebearing. Get deep behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get deep behind me, Satan. No idolatry, no adultery. Get deep behind me, Satan. I can't deal with my brother false. Get deep behind me, Satan.
I'ma do your how I laws, I got my faculties. And every single precept make my point to value these. Example, humble me, I'm grounded like what gravel be. We law about in any shirt with fringes, that's my casualty. Revelation say the savior color copper be our own. Ancient kind, but front them crackers copper please. Fall balance abomination till God so now obviously. Give you fair warning, don't try that angle, that's our size of lead. Off the muscle, not one to just watch it suffer. Don't be respecting persons, any wise rebuke your brother. Prepare myself for tribulations, that which worketh patience. No thinking about being grimy, get thee behind me, Satan. Get thee behind me, Satan.
When you bought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to serve the law, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trusted Yan was misled and not past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying, I'm no talebearing. Get deep behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get deep behind me, Satan. No idolatry, no adultery. Get deep behind me, Satan. I can't deal with my brother false. Get deep behind me, Satan.
Above all nations, a brand rooted with our heritage in mind. Featuring the Babylon Has Fallen hoodie, this mighty piece is a bold statement describing the times we're living in. Also perfect for keeping warm while standing firm in your faith. You won't be able to miss the vibrant Song of Solomon tee, inspired by Song of Solomon 1 and 10, a piece that represents our royal heritage that the Most High gave us. Head over to aboveallnations.shop to grab yours now. They're moving fast. That's aboveallnations.shop. Kwame Yashrala.
They got to get with the Devon Denim team, man. They got to get with the Devon Denim team.
Get right and get left, you heard?
Yeah, he got the whole set on.
Denim, man, get right.
Y'all got to get with it. Let me see the back of that joint again. Oh, my God.
And his friends.
Come on, dog.
That's the one.
Y'all had to get with the right team. Yeah.
I hope y'all like that. That was Supplication by Roy the Chef. It's dangerous out here. I hope you guys make it home safe.
Why she eating?
She just like, yeah, they would say,
Shit to a skull. She's crazy.
yeah.
Like he's saying. Yo, check it out. You ain't worried about that.
Yo, what was that about?
Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand.
Eat money.
Yeah. All of my sins take away from me. Save me from myself, save a place for me. Help me keep your laws, keep them faithfully. And Father, even if I fall, make a way for me. Yeah. All of my sins take away from me. Save me from myself, save a place for me. Help me keep your laws, keep them faithfully. And Father, even if I fall, make a way for me. Yeah, keep me in the palm of your mighty hands. Father, don't let me fall. False excuses, know you heard them all. Could've ignored me, but you heard my call. And you refused to let your servant fall. You know that rolling, keep on calling. Every now and then I get withdrawals. Man, they hit different when your sense the center of it all. Have you forget about that time you violated laws? And you needed Abba to forgive you, he forgave it all. That's why I pray that you remember me for memories that made you smile and not the ones that made you judge the least. Father, I pray that when you raise about that judgment seat, that you see it fit for me to reign with you above the beast. But at the least, all of my sins take away from me. Save me from myself, save a place for me. Help me keep your laws, keep them faithfully. And Father, even if I fall, make a way for me. Yeah, all of my sins take away from me. Save me from myself, save a place for me. Help me keep your laws, keep them faithfully. And Father, even if I fall, make a way for me. Yeah, even if I fall, I know he in charge. The great shepherd of the sheep, I know he hear my voice. He gave me life or death for real, I don't deserve a choice. Took all of those things that was against me, then he made it void. I said, yeah, how was shine? Follow me down these wicked roads, don't let that drama slide. Cause it's been written on them scrolls right when they prophesied. And it don't matter how it goes, you never left my side. Even though I should've died. Why? But your grace is sufficient. Look how you took my wicked mind and then replaced what's missing. Look how you took my spirit blind and then you gave me vision. Even though I was out of line, I refused to listen. You gave me wisdom. That's why all of my sins take away from me. Save me from myself, save a place for me. Help me keep your laws, keep them faithfully. And Father, even if I fall, make a way for me. Yeah. All of my sins take away from me. Save me from myself, save a place for me. Help me keep your laws, keep them faithfully. And Father, even if I fall, make a way for me. Yeah.
When you bought to a lower state, you must learn to be patient. You come to settle up, prepare your soul for temptation. Who trust the young was misled in our past generations. No one forsaken, you mistaken if you ain't obeying. No lying on no talebearing. Get thee behind me, Satan. That's my brother, no bloodshed. Get thee behind me, Satan. No idolatry, no adultery.
Welcome to Pillars of Rest, where you can find special material for our sisters, by our sisters. This is a Sons of Thunder exclusive platform focused on building, encouraging, uplifting, and engaging with the daughters of Zion. Here you'll find personalized and interactive content geared towards showing what it truly means to be a pillar of rest. Interviews, scripture breakdowns, tips on motherhood, marriage, and testimonials are just the beginning of the many things to learn from and enjoy in this program.
Shalom, shalom,
Shalom,
shalom,
shalom.
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 Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Barak Athum to our brothers. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai Shamar Athun to our sisters. Welcome to Conversation for the Nation, C4N. All right, we got an interesting topic for you brothers and sisters tonight. All right, the Department of Justice dismisses police reform. The Department of Justice dismisses police reform. We got to talk about this. Okay? If you've been doggone up underneath a rock for the past doggone couple of months, you've been missing these hidden messages, okay? You've been missing prophecy, right? You've been missing your enemy laugh in your face and play in your face, right? We got to talk about this thing, okay? We got to talk about this thing. Before we talk about it, I want to bring up our feast day calendar. Talk to Adawan before we started class. All right, Adawan, say make sure we mention the new moon. We got the new moon going on this Monday, New moon going on this Monday, right? We're going to get started early, right? I'm going to pull up our feast day calendar real quick. Need just a second. Thing hiding on me. It's good to see brothers and sisters in the chat this evening. And make sure you like and share the content. Okay, like and share the content. All right. We got the new moon, third month. All right. New moon, third month, May the 26th at evening. All right. I said, hey, we starting, man. He said, we starting this thing at sundown. Okay. He said, tell the people that we're starting this thing at sundown. Okay. He said, we're going to start early. All right. And we're praying at sundown. So make sure you get there on time. Okay. Come and get your seats. Make sure you RSVP. Let us know how many people you're going to be bringing with you. That way we can accommodate you, Con.
Con.
All right. We got the Feast of Pentecost, the Feast of First Fruits going on June the 7th at evening. We're going to celebrate in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Make sure you're there. Make sure you're there in attendance. We want to see our brothers and our sisters. Okay. Want to see our brothers and our sisters. Mandatory for the brothers to come. Okay. So, hey, we're going to pack this thing out like Passover. Okay. We want to see our brothers for Pentecost. Right? So make those plans to have your tail down in Atlanta, all right, for the Feast of Pentecost. All right. That way we can gather, all right, with our brothers and our sisters. We also want to see you brothers and sisters that watch our content, that come to camp, all right, meaning you're a part of Sons of Thunder too. Our members, our YouTube members, our Patreon members, we want to see you as well. All of you brothers and sisters that give generous donations, we want to see you, okay? All right, so come on and pack it on out. Hey, look, you know, you got to give the same energy for these feast days that we used to give to the holidays, the so-called holidays in the world. You got to give that same energy, man. You was taking off work. You was planning trips. You was spending all your money for so-called Christmas. You was spending all your money for the 4th, buying up all that pork meat, okay, to put on the grill and that alcohol. We got to give that same energy, all right, to the Most High, because these are his solemn feast days, okay? These are his solemn feast days, right? And we want the Most High to give us reverence on his days, okay? We want him to smell that sweet savor, all right, when we burn our incense. You know, he doesn't want it to be, all right, defamed. Con
Another one.
All right? See brothers and sisters come out, okay, and make sure you're with us, fellowshipping for the new moon. All right, hey, Cap, you want to go ahead and shout our members out that are in the chat?
Another one.
Got 3 captains on C4N now. Hey, The Rock said he gonna be on here too, man. Hey, The Rock said he coming too. All right, the bar for bar, man, they kind of heavy, man. Bar for bar, man, they kind of heavy, man.
Another one.
Hey, go ahead, King.
Salakia. We got the mighty Captain Kaya, Bun Lawyer, the Levite in the building. Shalom, Adawan. We got Asaya, House of Nakawashah. Shalom. That's the Pillars of Red Sister. We got Soldier El Hanan. Shalom. Justin Wilson. Shalom. My mouse acting crazy. All right, we got Soldier Kazak, Shalom. We got Officer Azazia, Salakia, Shalom. We got Soldier Yakal, Shalom.
Shalom.
We got Pillars of Rest, Sister Kazaya, daughter of Zion, Shalom. Quabs are all on the scene and off the scene. Captain DeRock in the building, Shalom Adawan. We got John. We already got John down. Who else we got in here? All right. We got Soldier or Warrior, Shalom. Officer Yatham, Shalom. We got Soldier Mashalam, Shalom. Who else we got? We got the elder in the building, Shalom Adawan. Soldier Gabar all, Shalom. We got the sister Roxy Judah Tribe, Shalom sis. That's all we got for now, Adawan. Salaki, and I meant to say officer, you're called.
That's right. All right. We got all these new officers in the building. Okay. All right. Doing the work. These brothers working hard. Okay. These brothers working hard. All right. Primarily for the Most High. All right. We love these brothers and what they bring to the table. All right. Sons of Thunder continues to grow in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashim Hamashiach Yahweh. God. Hey. Sons of Thunder, Alabama. Okay. We're going to be down in Jacksonville. Okay. Going to be down in Jacksonville, Florida. Really, tag teaming with Jacksonville, Florida. You know what I mean? SOT Jacksonville. All right. So we're in the building. Those brothers will be groundbreaking soon out there. Okay. We're just going out there to set the stage. All right. You see the brothers to my right. All right. On the screen. If you're looking at it like I'm looking at it. All right. You got Captain Warrior Micah Allah. And you got Captain Yazabat. Okay. You got Captain Warrior Micah Allah and Captain Yazabat. They're going to be in that area and also the Savannah, Georgia. Okay. They're going to be in Jacksonville, Florida and Savannah, Georgia. Okay. Right. Covering that whole area. Gone. So we'll be out there showing those brothers, all right, some love. This Shabbat. All right. So if you're in Jacksonville, Florida, all right, in that surrounding area, come out. We'll send those details out. Hey, make sure, Warrior, make sure we getting with Daniela, man. Hey, that flyer should have been pushed out. Okay? Make sure we getting with Daniela. The Justice Department dismissed police reform. Okay, now this is jacked up, man. Okay, because this is coming right about the anniversary of George Floyd's death. Okay, George Floyd was gunned down on May 25th. Okay, I think it was May 25th. George Floyd was gunned down, and it's May the 22nd. On May the 21st, the Department of Justice announced that they are dismissing police reform. All right. Now, this came by way of the Biden administration, right? After the results of George Floyd, all right, being killed in Minneapolis, Salakia being unalived in Minneapolis, and also Breonna Taylor, right, being gunned down in Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, this bill came about. This was a bill that was established to make sure that the police were doing their jobs correctly. Okay, it was a bill put in place because our brothers and sisters had hit the street and said, we ain't putting up with this mess no more. You're going to start doing right by our people. Okay? So, just like Esau always does, he made a promise. And he put a bill in place, right? To make sure that his police departments across the United States were doing right by our people, right? And our neighborhoods. Okay? Now, I said, just like Esau always does, right? Remember, all right, this devil extended his hands to our brothers, all right, the Native American Indians. And every treaty that this devil ever proposed, he broke it. Okay, we got to talk about this. What does this mean? The Department of Justice dismisses police reform. Okay, we don't give a damn about checking in to these murders. We don't give a damn about further investigating, all right, taking the lives or unaliving so-called Black and brown people. Okay, that's pretty much what this is saying. All right, and this right here came as a shock to our people. Now that the problem is there's a whole lot of distractions going on. Okay, I had to doggone come down off a few things that I wanted to talk about to bring up this issue because I thought this issue was more important. Right, you got the Diddy trial going on, right, and all that folly. Right, you got this Tory Lane situation with Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, you know, and how he's supposed to be innocent now. Okay, allegedly. There's a lot of stuff going on. Okay, there's a lot of stuff going on. All right, and also a situation that we got to also bring up tonight. Okay, we're going to shed light to another situation tonight. All right, as we talk about this situation here. So, hey, fair use. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen tonight. Okay, I told brothers and sisters, you know, that I liked it the week before. Okay, when we were able just to ramble through the videos. I got in mind, Kaya, you know, I got a little bit of tech savviness in me. Okay, but I ain't like Nassim here whiz with that thing. Okay, that's that young generation. The jokers, they was on the sticks. Okay, the jokers was on the sticks, man. You know what I mean? These younger jokers, man, and that made them their hand and eye coordination very well. Okay, and they're very tech savvy. Okay, hey, so hey, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and read this a part of this article. Okay, and then I'm gonna play a video, right, to follow it up. Right. So this is from a so-called trusted news source. Okay. The Justice Department moves to drop police reform agreements with Louisville and Minneapolis. Okay. Remember, these are the towns that Breonna Taylor and George Floyd were unalived in. Okay? The U.S. Department of Justice said on Wednesday that it is moving to drop police reform agreements known as consent decrees that the Biden-era department reached with the cities of Louisville, Kentucky, and Minneapolis. The court-enforceable agreements were born out of probes launched after the 2020 police killings, unaliving, of Breonna Taylor and George Floyd. The agreements with Minneapolis and Louisville, which were intended to address allegations of systemic unconstitutional policing and civil rights violations, were both held up in federal court and have faced several delays, with the Department of Justice requesting various extensions to file documents requested by federal judges in each case. Okay? All right, it goes on to talk about Ben Crump and his statements, but we're going to hear from Ben Crump. I'm going to share my screen. All right, right now, we're going to hear from the civil rights attorney, Benjamin Crump. Fair use. As I share my screen, fair use. Stay with me. All right, y'all stay with me there, Israel. Like and share the content. Okay. Hopefully y'all can still see me here. Can y'all see that?
Another one.
Prosecution on some of the most important
Yeah, distorted audio, by the way.
Stop that prosecution.
Second one.
find anybody that this officer's lying on the probable cause affidavit to get the out want to go to our house in the first place. The fact that the consent decree and the city of Minneapolis agreed all George Floyd and now it's 29 seconds. It's a 28 times. Then I'm saying, now I'm going to have to consent decree with Minneapolis Police Department. Because all of us are saying, to George Floyd, give me up. They could have done They could have done Terrell Miller to them on video. They could have done showing the masses that I was looking at the name of Jesus and piss off a shit in her face.
We didn't hear that other one.
Y'all ain't hear none of that?
It was garbled.
Yeah, it was
no.
We're trying to get your attention.
Hey, I kind of heard some rumbling in the background. All right, go ahead. Let me stop. All right, let me stop sharing my screen and let me play that again. I apologize, family. Hey, one of y'all should have texted me, man. Okay, let me see if y'all can hear this now. Hey, the brother was speaking good too, man. Hey, fair you, show me some love in the chat. Fair you, show me some love in the chat.
Police reform cases. What impact will this have on?
Can y'all hear it now?
Counter to one. It's much better.
All praises.
Cases being prosecuted and those that are to come in the future.
It is very disturbing when you think about the Department of Justice freezing the prosecution on some of the most important landmark civil rights cases in American history. It is just very disturbing. Breonna Taylor's mother was just heartbroken at the news that the officers who were responsible for the death of her daughter in her own apartment, where she was mutilated with 8 bullet holes in her body, that they're going to just stop that prosecution, that nobody's going to be held accountable for her daughter's death, even though it has been affirmed by everybody that the police officers lied on the probable cause affidavit to get the no-knock warrant to go into her house in the first place. The fact that the consent decree with the city of Minneapolis, after we all watched George Floyd with a knee on his neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, where he said, "I can't breathe," 28 times. And yet they're saying, well, we're not going to have the consent decree with the Minneapolis Police Department anymore to make sure that that doesn't happen again. It's almost as they're saying they condone the George Floyd video. They condone the murder of Breonna Taylor. They condone Tyree Nichols being beat to death on video. They condone Sonya Massey saying, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," then the police officer shooting her in her face. What message does that send? It sends a message that they are supporting extrajudicial killings of.
Hey, you're absolutely right there, Ben Crump. Okay? That's exactly what they're doing. And that's exactly what they're saying. They're condoning the unaliving of the Israelites. Okay? You got to understand. All right? That was the mission from the beginning from our twin brother, Esau. Okay? He's supposed to rule with the sword. All right? And all of his henchmen, meaning these police departments and state agencies, are following his guidance. And they're taking our people out at an alarming rate. Okay? They can care less. Right? What kind of administration pulls back? Right? This type, all right, of covenant and protection of our people. All right? This right here is an administration, okay, or people who can give a damn about your well-being. Right? Hey, give me that classic. I think we brought it out last week. Give me Psalms chapter 2 and 1. All right. Give me Psalms 2 and 1. All right. A Hotness 144. Get Psalms 94 and 20. I'm gonna read Psalms 94 and 20 first. Okay. Now you hold my precept. All right. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 94, and verse number 20. And it reads, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by the law? They gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous and condemn the innocent blood. Okay, that's an excellent precept right there. All right. These devils are confederate against the people, all right, of the Most High God. All right. And they'll do anything by any means necessary to destroy you. Okay. They can give a damn about your comfort. They can give a damn about your well-being. They can give a damn about your struggles. Okay. This is the true spirit of our enemy. Okay. And our people are hanging on and cleaving to these people. All right. And expecting change. Read that in Psalms chapter 2 and verse 1.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 2 and verse 1. And it reads, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed.
See, the kings of the earth, all right, they set themselves against the Most High God and his anointed, the children of Israel. All right, Israel is the Most High God's anointed, God. And they imagine a vain thing, all right, like this earth is going to doggone live, all right, or the state and condition of this earth is going to continue forever. All right, they imagine a vain thing, all right. They imagine that they are the Most High. All right, they imagine that their doggone reign is going to last forever, but we understand that they have a very short reign. All right. See, we got to have faith that the Most High is going to do what he said he's going to do. All right. We really got to have faith in it. All right. All right. Thinking that these people are going to have our best interest in mind is a fool statement. All right. That's a very foolish statement and a very foolish mindset. All right. Because these people can really give a damn about you. All right. Never trust your enemy. All right. Sirach has tried to warn you. Never trust your enemy. All right. I get tired of they ain't all bad. Okay. You're going to learn. Okay. You're going to find out real soon. You're going to find out real soon. All these atrocities that's going on in the earth today are not happening as a coincidence. This is prophecy. Times are going to get worse. They're going to wax worse, and worse. Okay? And it's all because of your disobedience, Jay. And it's all because of your disobedience, Eve. I'm talking about all of the Israelites when I say that. And I'm not just talking about the tribe of the house of Judah. Right? I'm talking to our Northern Kingdom brothers too. When I say Jake and Eve, I'm talking about all of them. Okay? Give me Lamentations 4 and get verse number 6. Get Lamentations 4 and 6. We get our tails whooped. How can you see, all right, all of this folly and madness going on? All these atrocities happening to the nation of Israel, and you're still rebelling against the fact that we're the Israelites. We're going to show you some more tonight. Read that. Lamentations 4 and 6.
Counter 1. It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 6. For the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom that was overthrown.
Said the punishments of my people are greater than the sins of Sodom. Most High God turned Sodom into a crisp. For all of that homosexual folly they had going on. Okay? But you got to be a grade A fool and crazier than a road lizard to be the people of the Most High, okay? To have the only God in the earth, and you continue to doggone transgress his laws. You continue to turn your back on him. You continue to favor your oppressor. You got to be a grade A fool. Okay? That's why your sin is worse. Right? We got the omnipotent one. Right? The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob on our side. And he will defend you as long as you do what he says. Keep his law, his statutes, and his commandments, and he will defend you until the end. All right? We were talking to a young lady at camp this past week. All right, trying to explain to her, the sister had been visited by another camp. She had been visited by another camp in her hometown. I think she was in Clarksville, Kentucky. I know that area very well. All right. Clarksville, Tennessee. Take that back. And, she was talking about how, the brothers was breaking down the prophecies and the fact that we're the Israelites and this, that, and the third. We really enjoyed the conversation with her because she was very humble and she listened and she stayed for a while and she had an engagement. Where we teach at in Montgomery, we teach right next to it's like a party hall. And just about every Shabbat, they got a wedding reception going on. Just about every Shabbat. We see these brothers and sisters coming down. I mean, and they fines, boy. Okay. Eve be stomping. Our sisters are always beautiful, and they be in a rush, but this sister, she actually stopped. You know what I mean? And hearkened, and I pray that we planted some seeds, to help her grow. Okay? But yeah, this right here is a serious issue. Okay? Because you got to understand, Satan's minions are on the prowl. Satan walking to and fro, up and down in the earth, seeking whom he may devour. Right?
Right.
Okay. Well, he's got these henchmen in blue with badges on. All right. Your old slave patrol. All right. Or the old doggone KKK. Right? And they're doggone, they hunt our steps. All right. Give me that in Lamentations 4. Okay. We in Lamentations 4 today. Hey, give me that. They hunt our steps. Give me that.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, and verse number. You want to start at verse 17 or you get to raise to the point?
No, go ahead and they hunt our steps.
Count it one. First, it's the book of Lamentations 4:18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come.
Hey, we getting close. Okay, we can't trust the people that are supposed to be set up to protect and serve us. Okay, we can't trust them, right? Because we're their enemy. You're supposed to be a so-called citizen, right, in this country, Jake, but you can't trust the people that are supposed to be set up to protect and serve you. All right, that's a nightmare, but it's reality. It's the condition of the battle.
Right.
Okay, this is the real deal. I'm gonna show you why. I don't even know which one I'm gonna play. I'm gonna show you why we need police reform. Okay, I'm gonna show you why we still need police reform. Fair use, fair use. All right, fair use, fair use. This is ridiculous, man. Stay with us. All right, show me some love in the chat. Show me fair use in the chat. Excuse me.
Make their presence known at an apartment in the 900 block of North Charles. To be greeted with screams for help. And eventually finding 57-year-old Anthony George, later lunging into a nearby room, grabbing 4-year-old Terrell Miller.
All right. You just heard the shot. Okay. So here we got a call, all right, to the police. All right, because there's a disturbance going on. All right, there's a disagreement between husband and wife. I'm gonna call them husband and wife, all right, because they together and they're in the same house, huh? And you got Anthony George, that's the 57-year-old man, and the baby Terrell Miller. They get unalived by the police. As you watch this video, I'm gonna rewind it. You're gonna see that the police come in answering the call. All right, as they come in, they hear disturbance coming from Anthony George. All right, they come in after Anthony George. Anthony George dips. He dips back in toward the bedroom. Right? All right. And what he does is he grabs our beloved brother. He grabs this 4-year-old boy. Because I guess what's going on in Anthony's mind is if I got this baby in my arm, they won't shoot. Pay attention.
Officers make their presence known at an apartment in the 900 block of North Charles. To be greeted with screams for help. And eventually finding 57-year-old Anthony George, later lunging into a nearby room, grabbing 4-year-old Terrell Miller. A single gunshot, killing them both in an instant.
Anthony was intoxicated, and things went left. Like he told me, if I can't have you, nobody can.
And that's exactly how Terrell's mother, Kiana Miller, remembers it.
No justice, no peace.
Now a call to action. Miller, along with about 50 others, rallied in March for policy reform within the Macomb Police Department.
They could have did anything besides use their weapon. They had tasers, they had pepper spray.
And policy is what Police Chief Jeff Hamer says he's looking into with an internal investigation. In a July 24th interview, Hamer called it his priority.
I feel, you know, when I hear, you know, people say, you know, that, you know, they could have did anything, you know, instead of discharge their weapons. You know what I mean? You know, it really hurts. You know what I mean? Especially when we got a 4-year-old boy, you know, that's unalive. Okay, I'm gonna even say that Anthony George, you know, even though that he was drunken, you know, acting a fool, you know, he didn't deserve, you know, to be unalived at that point either. Okay. The thing is the training that these police get, it's doggone, it's flawed. Because as you can see, there's not enough time to identify your doggone target. I mean, it's like in an instant. You can't even see if this person is armed. Okay? Part of their training is to positively identify the threat. It's not enough time. And this continues to happen over and over and over again. Okay? It's not enough time. Okay? They understand that they got the district attorney on their side, which means they got the green light. They got the green light when they go into a so-called black or brown household. Okay? And Adawan said, Salakia. On another note, I didn't see your first comment, Adawan. Oh, okay, I see. I'm not going to repeat that. And you brothers and sisters can look at that in the chat. Okay? All right? He says, he should have never grabbed that baby. And I totally agree. All right? But our brother was intoxicated. Okay? Our brother was intoxicated. You're right. They train with black. They train with black targets. Absolutely. They train with black targets. Absolutely. All right. So it's easier for them to so-called make that mistake. But they understand they got the green light when they go into one of our neighborhoods and one of our households. So the moment somebody, you know, I'm not going to even necessarily say poses a threat, but shows themselves, they're going to take you out, right, before you have the opportunity to do something to them. All right. Instead of positively identifying that threat before they engage. I'm going to show you something else. Go ahead, King.
I went through the police training when I was in the military, and the first thing they tell you, domestic disputes are the most dangerous situation a police officer can get into, other than hostage taking. So your mindset is already, it ain't gonna be good as soon as you walk through the door. And then they don't teach you to, if a situation gets bad, to back out. They don't teach you that. They teach you to go forward and do what you got to do. So the training is already bad.
Right.
And I took that training back in 2000 and 2001. And I can't imagine that it's changed. It don't change. They keep the same procedures. Even though they find out that it's wrong to do that, they don't change it because they have the upper hand. They know that they're not going to get,
that's exactly what it is.
Yeah,
that's
they don't have to
exactly
take responsibility because they know that they're going to get off.
That's exactly what it is. They have
fear for my life was the first thing they taught us.
They have the DA, right, and the court system on their side.
Yeah.
Right. They know that. So it's like if I see somebody, that's what I'm starting to notice. I can't speak for another man and what his thoughts are, but I know that they're not positively identifying these people. Okay. A person just flashes, right? You can't even tell if this person is armed or not. You just go ahead and shoot. That man didn't have no gun. He had a child in his arm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've done shoot scenarios myself. You know what I mean? And you're heavily penalized. You know what I mean? When you shoot, an unarmed target. And I can't imagine that the police, you know what I'm saying, Mike? You know what I mean? I can't imagine that the police, are not, going through trainings, you know what I'm saying? That have them positively identifying targets, right? I'm going to show you all something else. Pay attention to this. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. Show me some love in the chat.
Today, after an officer-involved shooting last night, Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa Thigi was joined by the mayor and the city manager as they released body cam footage of this altercation. Alexis Martin was at the scene last night. She was at the press conference today. She's been busy. So you're all involved in this. What do you know?
So it's in the early stages of the investigation, but both the chief and the mayor say that they believe the officers stayed calm and mitigated a dangerous situation that easily could have been much worse after.
Now listen, okay, you see, all right, the reporter, all right, speaking for the police chief, and you're going to hear from the chief here in a minute, right? And she's saying that the chief is giving kudos to her officers, said that they acted correctly, all right, in this situation. Pay attention. Remember, we're talking about police reform.
After a man ran at them with a knife, they say the officers' brave actions kept the community safe.
There's a man with a gun, there's a man with a knife, and he's extremely dangerous, and I'm fearing for my life.
You just heard part of a 911 call from Sunday night asking for police to hurry to Gilbert Avenue. Cincinnati Police Chief Teresa Thigi says the call was made at 9:30. Within 6 minutes of that call, police were on scene. And within 12 minutes, Thigi says 31-year-old Patrick Lyons was charging the responding officers with a knife, causing an officer to fire 2 shots.
I want y'all to marinate on that statement right there. I want you to marinate on that statement right there. The brother had a knife. The brother had a knife. Now, these are trained law enforcement officers. Okay? You mean to tell me, all right, that you have to discharge your firearm because somebody's coming at you with a knife? We need police reform. Okay? Because these devils are out of control. Right? They're not using escalation of force. They're not using proper reasoning. Right? If I see somebody coming, all right, with a knife, right? If you got, you know what I mean? You know those guys on the beat, they got the stick, right? You know what I mean? The nightstick, you know what I mean? Or most of them got the baton. You should be able to defend against that, right? You got your tasers, you know what I mean? A lot of these tasers, they can reach out, you know what I mean, from a great distance away. All right? And you also have your hand-to-hand fighting techniques that you should be able to use to disarm somebody of a knife. Okay? Why are you, and it's multiple police officers on the scene. Why do you have to discharge your weapon? Right? Because somebody has a knife. I'm going to tell you why. Because they see a so-called black or brown target. That's why. That's why. It's the hatred that these devils have for you. You also have pepper spray. That's right there, King.
Yeah.
All right. Let's continue to hear what the chief says. She praises her henchmen.
These decisions are not made lightly. As evident by what you're about to see, clear and present danger existed last night.
Cincinnati police released body cam footage of.
Listen to him. Clear and present danger. He had a weapon. He had a weapon. But she act like this joker had a doggone AR or an SK.
This event, we want to warn you, you're about to see the moment Lyons is shot.
Don't do this. Don't do this. I need you to talk to me, man. What's going on? Don't! Get down! Get down! Put your hands down!
Chief Thigi says police administered aid to Lyons until EMS arrived. He is recovering in the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Now, if you saw the brother, he did charge at the police. But that's enough time to identify whether or not he has a weapon and what type of weapon it is, right? Okay? This is when your de-escalation training should kick in. All right? Maybe fire a warning shot.
Right.
Okay? You know? All right. Then you use other tactics to disarm him. But a knife coming at you does not give you the right to discharge your firearm, especially when you're looking at the door or looking at the area, all right, that the threat is coming from, and it gives you enough time to react. Does everybody understand where I'm coming from? If you brothers got anything, make sure you say something.
Salaki Adawan. That with that situation, I believe those officers. I had a friend. I stated this before that my friend worked at the police. They train the police at. And they are trained to be more aggressive with Black and Hispanics.
Mm-hmm.
They train them to be more aggressive with them. Even in training, they rough them up. The coordinator tells them to, hey, be aggressive with this subject. And the thing is with that last story with the young lady that called, I believe she called the police, right? When they shot the kid, she called the police.
She called the police. So I don't know if she called the police, if the neighbors called, but the police were called because of domestic.
Okay, con. If she did call them, she had trust that these people were going to come and render aid and not harm her or anyone in that house. And we got to remember, we can't trust our enemy to let, if it's a domestic dispute, the best thing to do, the first thing you should be doing is following the law, statutes, and commandments. You won't have to worry about it getting to that point. If it does, you go to counsel. That's why we need to get back and follow these commandments, because we will have order and we won't have to worry about situations like that. And the people that came into the house came and indiscriminately shot a kid. I'm still stuck on that story, I don't want a 4-year-old.
4-year-old.
That's crazy. And Bob Zaal, can you get on Job chapter 30 and verse 7?
Count to one. Count to one. It's the book of Job, chapter 30 and verse 7. Among the bushes they brayed, under the nettles they were gathered together.
Right.
They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
These people are viler than the earth. Viler than the earth. And I'm pretty sure what happened after that happened, the police will blame the man for them killing the child and him. They probably won't take it. They probably didn't take any responsibility, especially if she's out saying no justice, no peace. They probably blamed him for them killing the child. They probably showed no remorse at all, knowing Esau's characteristics.
Right.
Not yield other one.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. Okay. It's crazy. Hey, the brother officer Nayal says, you all have a standard concerning how we should treat each other and conduct ourselves during a disagreement. Okay. Hey, that's right. Hey, this scripture right here is what I was getting ready to pull. Give me that. Deuteronomy chapter 28. Well, we'll read it right off the screen. Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 50. Hey, this is the nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young. Okay, and that's in regard to our young brother Terrell Miller. Okay, the young brother that was shot down. Okay, the young brother that was shot down, by the police. Okay, because the police so-called felt like their lives were in danger. Okay, let's continue to hear. All right, this police chief praised her henchman.
DG says Lyons has a criminal history.
He just recently got out of prison for serving 12 years for an aggravated robbery. He has been out for 2 months before last night's encounter.
Lyons is now facing a felonious assault charge. Chief DG says
that's a joke, man.
It's a steak knife.
Is a joke. That's a joke to show that knife. Okay, and you done unalived our brother. That's a joke right there. Okay, you got to feel real good about yourself, right? You got to be feeling real proud of yourself to take a man's knife. He coming at you with a damn kitchen knife, a steak knife. That's a steak knife, ain't it?
God,
it's lucky I don't want.
Go ahead, Ken.
They got they wear bulletproof vests. Right. In the chest area is designed to stop a high caliber round.
Right.
A knife is not a high caliber round. So that vest will stop any, your all of your vital organs are right in the chest area where they wear the bulletproof vest. So they're already afraid of us because we exhibit superhuman strength sometimes, and they can't figure it out because they are the weak. They are weak people. They come out the gate afraid of us. So that's why they come out. They say, they're already afraid. So they don't value our lives anyway. So
at all. That's the thing about it, man. That's the characteristic of Esau, man. The elder, all right, shall serve the younger, and one people shall be stronger than the other. Okay,
they already see that.
That ain't even no contest. all right, on who the strongest is. Okay. Yep. These people have been trying to eliminate us and to destroy us for centuries, and we're still here. Okay, and we're still here, strong as ever, alive as ever. You know what I mean? And there's nothing that they can do about it. Okay, they take our woman, the so-called black woman, all right, take her organs and take her parts and experiment with it, right, to create these doggone medicines and potions to heal their people. All right. These devils got a lot of damn nerve, man. That's right there, King. All right. We're like the sand of the sea. All right. And we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. All right. We're going to continue to be fruitful and multiply. All right. And ruin these devils' plans. Okay? Okay. I'm going to show you one more clip. All right. That's associated with this. And then we're going to doggone talk about something else. Okay. I'm going to show you one more clip. A fair use, fair use. All right, fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. All right, now the officer sent me this. All right, earlier today. Fair use, fair use. The officer sent me this earlier today. All right, we're gonna go ahead and you want to break this down there, Officer Kawabzwal?
Counter when I can.
Okay. Stay with us there, family. I want to say this is it here. I hope this is it. Fair use, fair use.
Quick, please. No, who are you?
Watch how this sharp citizen outsmarts an officer by calmly knowing their rights, refusing to hand over ID without first being told if they're being detained. When the cop tries to press, another brave citizen steps in and checks the officer on the spot. This is how you stand your ground.
I need to see your ID, my friend. Nah, you don't need to see my ID, my brother. Why? I'm an officer. I just need to see your ID. Damn, if you're an officer or not. Well, no, let me back up. Let me back up. I didn't mean to create hostility. I'm your friendly officer. I'm your buddy here, buddy. Nah, you're not my buddy, man. No. What's wrong? I just need to see your ID quick. Hey, hold up. I can't just have you. I'm not wasting your time. I'm trying to protect us all here, man. Protect who? From what? Play along. I need you to play along. Show me your ID so I can make sure. I need. Like a toy to you? No, I'm not playing nothing, bro. I'm trying to eat my pizza. That's it, man. All right. Well, I need you to calm down, and I need you to show me your ID. Calm down. I need you. ID. How about that? No. That's not an option. Like, let's not go down the road with this. Like, hold on. Stop walking down. I don't know why you're. I don't know why you think you're free to just walk wherever you like. Like, I need to see your ID. Let me see your. I want to do. No, I'm not giving you no ID, man. I'm not gonna play this game with you, man. This is my car right here. I got a pizza. I want to eat. I'm hungry as hell, man. Well, obviously there's something between you and your car, and that's me seeing your ID. So just let me see the ID. Okay, how about this? Let me see your ID. You don't need to see my ID. Let me get your badge number. You just said I'm a cop. You can obviously tell I'm a cop. I don't. If I knew if you had your. Let me get your badge number. All right. Let me get your ID. How about that? Are you done? I know you think you know what you're talking.
Yeah, that threw me for a loop too. Hey, SOTDC. That threw me for a loop too. What you mean he not free to walk? All right. This devil got a lot of pride on him, man. He got a lot of pride on him. It's gonna come out. Listen.
Talking about, but if you're not even gonna let me tell you, I'm the one in charge of this, my friend. So if you're not gonna let me, man, you can't. Well, are you in your car? What? Are you in your car? I'm trying to get to my car. And who's between? Who's between you and your car? Your big ass. Yeah, my big ass. Right, me, the big ass cop. So let me see the ID before we. I was trying to be your friend, but you don't want to be friendly. You don't want to play the game. I got plenty of friends, man. Cool. Well, one of them is me who needs to see your ID because I'm here to serve and protect. Man, I know my rights, man. Well, okay. Well, you're not going to get to that car unless you show me your ID. I know my Fourth Amendment rights, bro. You can know whatever you know. Little Caesars with my pizza. You can know we're right here on camera. We got you. It doesn't matter. I can mute this and we can make this go a whole different direction. Let me get your badge number. Okay. All right. Let me get your captain's number. Let me get all that. Let me get all your info first. I'm glad you think. Let me get a fresh pizza because my pizza getting cold. Yeah. Always.
Hey, Jake flipped the script on him. He said, "You keep asking me for my ID. How about you give me your badge number?" Okay. Why you harassing me? All right. What I do? I just walked in and got a pizza. What you asking me for my ID for? All right, I'm hungry. Leave me alone. Esau look at this as a sport, man. Telling the brother, all right, that he thinks that he can walk freely. All right. Give me Deuteronomy 11 and 24. All right. Talking about you think you can walk where you want to walk. Okay. Give me that. Give me Deuteronomy. I'm going to tell you what the Most High God told us about where we walk. How about that, you damn devil? Read that.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11 and verse 24. Every place whereon the soles of your feet shall tread shall be yours.
Right.
From the wilderness in Lebanon, from the river Euphrates, even unto the uttermost sea shall your coast be.
Wherever your dog, the sole of your foot doggone touch, it's yours. Okay? This might be your kingdom, Esau, but you got a lot of nerve, man. Okay? Your pride, all right, has deceived you.
That's right.
Right? Your pride has deceived you, and your end is near.
Complaining. Let me guess, it's a white man's problem now, right? This is me pushing you now. It's my fault you got a cold pizza?
Not me, bro.
Right. If you just show me your ID, you'd been done, brother.
Hey, man, I hope
you want to keep pushing it? You want to keep talking like you don't know I'm a cop? You know I'm a cop, so why don't you show some respect?
If you're a cop,
well, you know how this is going to go down because you haven't gone. Have you gone to your car, big man? Have you gone to your car, big man? So you obviously know if you know. Yeah, because I am in the way. I am the law. I'm the one that's here. I'm the one standing between you and that cold pizza. Yeah, what is that? Cheese? Because I know you aren't eating no pork. I know you aren't eating pork there, black man. Huh? Come on. I would love a slice of that pizza. See, my God lets me eat that pizza. And right now, I'm your God.
Yes, God.
Yo.
Hey, y'all better pay attention to what Esau just said. Y'all better pay attention to what Esau just said. Okay? Esau said, hey, black man, I know you ain't getting ready to eat that pork. All right? Because you know the so-called Muslim man, okay, and the Hebrew Israelite man ain't eating no pork. Okay? Because we know better than that. But he said, my God allows me to eat that. All right? He letting you know that his God is not our God.
That's right.
That copper Christian out of one.
Go ahead, Kenny.
I said that copper Christian. You go ahead, Quabzal.
Hey, Salakia one. I just wanted to bring out a quick because they know good and well that the longer that we stay in sin, it's the reason why essentially they get to do these different things, right? I want to get the book of Judith 5 and 17 real quick. Or not Judith 5 and 17, but Judith 5 and 20 real quick.
Bring it out. Hey, go ahead and tell us, and we'll read it for you, King. What you got?
I got it.
Judith 5 and 17, as well as Deuteronomy 28 and verse. As a matter of fact, I want Deuteronomy 28 and 65 first, real quick.
All right, I got Deuteronomy 28.
I got Judith.
All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse number 65. And it reads, and among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But Yahweh shall give thee their trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind.
Select it one. So he's over here just like play the game, just play a. But the brother, he has the mindset and understanding that this is not a joke, right? He understands that this could very well mean his life in this situation, right? So of course he's on guard. He's standing his ground because at the end of the day, we understand that the Most High, he's given us a sense of his trembling heart and the sorrow of mind because of the environment that we would be placed in as a result of our disobedience, right? But it gets spiritual, and of course he's just like, because he pork, and he's right. We can't be eating no pork because like that is the exact reason why these curses will come upon us. Continue to read. Read verse 66, Baba Kasha.
Hey, I apologize, King. I dropped the scripture. I did what we tell you not to do. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, and verse 66. And it reads, and thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life.
Carter one, like when you in like Slucky, like we saw earlier with regards to Breonna Taylor, right? She went within her own house, right? None assurance of your own life, man. He just coming out with a pizza. None of his own life, man. Right? And the reason why is because of this. Read Judah chapter 5, Baba Kasha.
Bring it out.
This is the book of Judah, chapter 5, and verse 17. And whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them.
So essentially, while we're not sinning, we allowed to prosper. But the moment that we start turning and going back to sin in the ways that he's heathen, because he said his God allows him to eat that, right? His God, he allows him to eat that because, like this book of 2nd and 1st Maccabees tells us, that these are a godless people, right? Their God is a dang idol. It's no God, right? But you got to ask yourself, well, does my God allow me to eat pepperoni pizza or pork? If so, then you need to examine yourself, man, because you're not serving the true God of Israel, right? Read on.
Con, verse 18. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles, very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground.
Jump down to verse 20.
Come, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin.
So as long as there's error within our people, they're allowed to do these different things, man, right? And they consider that it's going to be our ruin. That's why he said, well, guess what? That's why you shouldn't be eating no pork. That's why you better not be eating no pork, because as long as you continue to do that, hey, the more we'll be able to continue to do this. Then that's where we can exercise our authority. That's why he calls himself his God in this situation, right? Which is off. It's evil, right? But it goes to show the character and the nature of your enemy and how they view themselves in regards to you. Continue to read.
Come, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord now pass by, lest their Lord defend them, and their God before them. Salaki, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Salaki, so that's why the message will constantly and consistently be repentance to our people. Because the longer that we continue to remain in sin, the longer that they continue to stay in power, and they know that, right? But the sooner that we come back to the law, statutes, and commandments is when they'll become a reproach before the whole world, man. That's when these curses are going to be placed upon them, right? That's when they're going to learn that their fathers have inherited lies. And of course, that's when the Most High is going to turn back our captivity and set us back on top, man. It's not going to be no situation where we trying to get out a dang $5 pizza out of Little Caesars. And and the next thing you know, we getting confronted like this, man. And he's able to break every law and not keep his own laws, right? Within this situation, because again, they're the ones in power. They're in that power seat, man. And I yield on that point.
Yeah, that's right there, Al. All right. Good teaching. All right. Hey, you got Captain Uriah out in DC. He's got Jeremiah chapter 50 and 7. Right. All that have found them have devoured them. And their adversary said, we offend not, because they have sinned against Yahweh. Right. The habitation of justice, even Yahweh, the hope of their fathers. These devils understand. We were bringing this out of camp this past Shabbat. All right. It's not all of them. Right. You got some doggone unaware Edomites out there, but the elite of their people know. They know that as long as they keep us in sin, as long as they keep us from keeping the Most High God's laws, statutes, and commandments, they stay on top. This is why the so-called Jewish man runs the world. This is why he runs the world, right? You know, and it's so funny. We had an encounter with a fake Jew this Shabbat as well. All right, we got some clips coming. All right, coming here soon. We had some technical difficulties. Me and Warrior Mike I had to work out this past week. We're getting ready to put out some more videos. You know, from SOT Alabama here. I'm gonna put one out on Friday. Okay. Hey, but hey, look. Hey, this is a serious matter. Hey, did y'all catch what this devil said? All right. Did y'all catch what else this devil said?
Said, I'm your God.
Y'all can see it on the screen here. It's kind of frozen. And right now, I'm your God. That's what he told the young brother. All right.
Salakia.
Hey, pretty much. I'm your God. I'm the law. I run this. That's what he told the young brother. I tell you where to walk and where to go. That's how they feel, man. That pride, man. That pride has them so doggone deceived and puffed up, okay, that they think they're the most high.
Okay?
This is the spirit of Lucifer, okay? This is the spirit of Lucifer, right? Of Nebuchadnezzar, right? And it has passed on to Esau, right? Hey, go ahead and make your point. I was getting ready to bring out a precept, Bob. Hey, I think Yazabad is frozen. I think that was Yazabad. Hey, give me the book of Isaiah chapter 14. Okay, give me Isaiah chapter 14 and start at verse number 11. I'm sorry, verse 12. Give me Isaiah chapter 14 and start at verse 12.
Honored one. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?
Read.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will
thou hast said
above the stars
in thy
of God.
mind. You got to understand that your heart is your mind. Thou hast made it up in his mind. He's made up in his mind that he's what?
Slucketh. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above God.
Hey, you kind of cut up there. Say that again. Read that part again. Is the brother frozen? Or is that me? Hey, brothers and sisters, if y'all can hear me, go ahead and put some sevens in the chat.
I'll read that out.
Isaiah 14 and 12. Put some sevens in the chat if y'all can hear me.
It's Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High.
I will what?
I will be like the Most High.
I will be like the Most High. These devils really think that they're your God. Okay? Yes, the Most High is giving Esau the dew of heaven and the fatness of the earth. This is his reign, right? This is his reign. But you better understand that the elder will serve the young. We're your gods. You better believe that. It's the Most High God called us gods. We're your gods. Okay? You're very proud. All right. And all of that mess that's coming out your mouth, you're going to have to recompense for it. Okay? All of that mess that's coming out your mouth, you're going to have to recompense for it. Come on.
Appreciate
all right, let's continue to watch this.
Pork. I know you aren't eating pork there, black man. Huh? Come on. I would love a slice of that pizza. See, my God lets me eat that pizza. And right now, I'm your God. So unless you're going to show me that ID, you're going to show me that ID? You know how this level, does this world work in levels?
Come on, bro.
All right. Well, you already called me cop. You're going to call me God.
Most High. Come on.
All right.
Come on.
Cool.
Come on. So
doesn't matter what you think you know.
Curve yourself to the right. Let me walk up to my car.
Right.
My pizza.
You notice that you're without even.
You're going to go in there. You're going to buy me a new pizza.
Who's standing there acknowledging my respect, whether you want to show it or letting your food get cold.
It don't matter.
Letting your people get a cold pizza because you can't stand up to a man with some real balls. Man, you want to come at me with some bullshit? I'm the authority. Are you going to show me ID or are we going to have a problem?
We're going to have a problem.
Well, it looks like we have a problem. Oh, it's my, you know I want a problem. You know I came up to you wanting a problem. You know that I was waiting. This camera can go away real quick. This audio go away real quick. And I still get my problem.
Esau said, hey, we can turn this camera and this audio off.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm still gonna get my way. That's how these devils. That's how these devils feel about you. That's how they feel about you.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Has that ever stopped us before from me? Hey,
am I being detained?
I want to know, are you going to show me ID?
Being detained?
You going to show me ID?
Hell no. Am I being detained?
Well, I guess we're going to have to figure this out then, aren't we?
No, we're not. I'm going to just walk.
You're the one that's saying that we got a problem, and you know I love a problem.
Nah, if I'm not.
Ooh, I got into this job for the problems, bro.
Nah, man, I'm not on this.
Brother, I want a problem. You know I woke up waiting for a problem.
Go find.
Yeah, you knew I wanted a problem. I'm here for the problem.
Because I got a tester right here. You want to come at me?
Okay.
Man, come on, bro.
Man, I don't care what kind of swastika car you drive, man.
I got other stuff to do.
Man,
be out here arguing with you in the park.
Elon can do that all day, man. We keep it on the down low. We don't. I don't need to get, man. You know. Okay. Yes, you make it race. It's all about race with you, isn't it?
Bro, you just sit here talking this shit.
Of course.
Pizza, bro. Like, I'm just trying to eat my pizza.
But who's between you and your car?
You.
Who's between you and the pizza?
Shirt, bro.
Right.
Man, go ahead.
All right.
Man, I know my
rights.
Man.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I being detained?
Are you gonna show me ID?
Hell no, I'm not sure.
All right.
Hey, man, I hope you're watching this, man. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Okay.
I'm just trying to get a pizza, bro.
Okay.
Nah, man. I'm asking my being detained, but keep.
All right. Are you gonna show me ID?
Bro.
You gonna show me ID?
No, I'm not gonna show you no ID.
All right. Well, then maybe we need to see what's going on.
That's what I'm trying to get here. Who is this dude? Where's his fucking ID?
Bro, you don't want to get involved.
Shut the fuck up.
Okay. Hold up, bro.
All right, and the other brother comes in, okay, and he starts throwing shots. You know, he used some obscene words. That's why I cut the video off. Okay, he starts throwing shots at the officer, telling him to leave the brother alone. Okay, kind of flips the bird at him or whatever. Okay, and it allows the brother to get to where he needs to go. Okay, but this right here is the spirit of your enemy. Okay, this is the spirit of your enemy. He hates you with a perpetual hatred. This is why, all right, he's harassing a man who's buying a pizza, getting his doggone lunch or his dinner. Okay, he just want to eat. Jake looked like he probably a hard-working brother, man. All right, on his grind. And he just want to eat. Okay, let's hope he ain't got no pepperonis on that joint either.
Right.
Okay, or bacon. Okay,
So
you know. Go ahead, King.
I got a precept. This is Genesis chapter 49 and verse 9. Judah is a lion's whelp for the prey. My son, thou art gone up. Who stooped down? He crouched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? So this young brother, he's roused up. He knows his rights. This cop has to tell him what infraction has incurred that he needs to show an ID. So he already knows that. So he's riled up this cop. He's got no fight in this game. If the brother knew a little bit more, he would say, call your supervisor and come out. And the supervisor would say, my officer was wrong. He can't stop you without an infraction. He's got to have probable cause to ask for your ID.
That's right.
So we're starting to know, we're knowing our rights, but in the game, these guys are going to try to get away with it as much as they can get away with it, because they know that the wicked laws are with them. But this brother is standing up for his right. That's what we need to do from now on. He's not being violent. He's just saying, what have I done that you need to see my ID? And the cop is not compliant. Cops have to comply too. He said he's the law, but he's not the law. There are laws that are above him that tell him what to do. He's not the ultimate law. So we do have to say, hey, what's your probable cause? That's all you got to have to. That's all you have to say. What's your probable cause?
Hey, that's
And
right.
he's got to say he's got to come up with something.
Don't get ignorant with the cop. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know,
Stay with the law because he says he's the law.
Right. You know, I totally agree with you. You know what I mean? Don't get stupid with the cop. You know what I mean? You're right. You should know your rights. Okay. You should speak up for yourself, you know, but you also, all right, have to agree with your adversary quickly.
Right.
Okay. You know what I mean? Because hey, that supervisor, he may be just as big as a demon. You feel me? All right.
Yeah.
We don't trust none of them. If that Joker is the red devil, okay, it don't matter. If that Joker got that uniform on, he may be influenced, right, to do that henchman work. You know, there are some good brothers and sisters out there, all right, so-called black and brown, right, all right, that are wearing that uniform, that know what's up, okay. But at the same time, these devils, man, we got to watch ourselves. I'm gonna show you one more clip. All right, I was gonna go into another thing. I'm gonna show you one more clip right here to show you how these jokers do not show favor to the old and the young. This really pissed me off when I saw this, man, because I looked at this situation on how I would react when I see one of our kids, okay, in this situation. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. Pay attention.
You have an ID on you? Why? What are you doing? You're getting ready to go to jail, is why. How? Because I'm going to put you in that car.
All right, so hey, look at this situation right here. You got a young 13-year-old boy out in front of Walmart selling roses. Now check this out. I looked at the footage right here and it showed the date. The date was May the 9th. Okay, it was May the 9th. I'm gonna fair use this one because I had to find this video. I had to search for it. Fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. We'll keep that populated, okay? Show me some love in the chat. All right, because these jokers took it down. I had to find this. Okay. So young brother, 13 years old, outside of Walmart selling roses. It's May the 9th. So we know he's selling roses for that pagan day, Mother's Day, right? But the young brother don't know no better. He hustling. All right? He don't know no better. Hey, I respect the young brother that's out on his doggone grind, all right, selling roses. These young brothers that be selling water, okay? These kids that go to Walmart or CVS and buy big bags of candy, okay, and they sell it in school or whatever. I love the hustle because I used to do it, okay? You know? These kids, they trying to make money. When I see a young kid out, you know, standing in front of Walmart, or he got his own little booth up and he's selling something, okay, I ask him, hey, what? No, what you doing out here, young brother? Or what you doing out here, young sisters? What you gonna do with this money? Okay, you know, some of them will tell you, hey, I'm trying to help out, you know, moms or whatever. Some of them will tell you, hey, I'm doing this as a fundraiser. Or some of them tell you, hey, I'm just trying to make some money. And if they give me that answer, I'm just trying to make some money, I tell them, well, you make sure that this money that you make you some more money. You flip that, young king. Okay? You know, that's my mindset when I see a young brother, okay, outside of Walmart trying to sell something, right? He ain't selling no dope. Okay? He ain't in your street selling no dope, Esau. He's selling roses. Why is he a threat? Now you go to your neighborhood, okay, and you see these devils outside of Walmart selling doggone Girl Scout cookies. You ain't asking them for no permit. You ain't asking them for no license.
Right.
You see these devils with these wood carvings, selling these doggone carvings, these so-called Christian carvings, okay, sitting outside of Walmart. He ain't got no damn permit. You picking on this young kid, 10 years old. He's trying to do something positive with himself. Okay? Hey, pay attention, man. This pissed me off when I saw it.
you have a business license? I don't need that stuff. You do need a business license to sell anything. License. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And you'll go to jail for that. Listen. Don't play with me. You have an ID on you? Stop. Stop.
And that's it right there. Once the white cop grabs him, okay, you know, hey, Jake get in defense mode because Jake, he sees the atrocities that goes on around him. Jake he watched TV and saw the brother Ryan Ryan Hinton get shot by the police a couple weeks ago. Right? All right, he just saw that. Right? And he's seen all the other atrocities, man, that is happening to our people. So when the police grab him, all right, because he's out selling flowers in front of Walmart, he's not causing trouble. He's in defense mode. And the young brother, starts pulling away. And I'll tell you something. Hey, Jake doggone gave this cop a run for his money. He's 13, y'all. Pay attention. He's 13. Watch. Look at this weakling. Look at this weakling. Officer of the law. All right. Getting stuffed up by a 13-year-old brother. Look.
Stop. Stop. Stop.
He can't do nothing with him.
Out front of Walmart. Give me your hand. Now. Give me your hand. Stop. Stop. Stop.
That devil can't do nothing with our young brother. He got this woman cop coming to help.
Give me your hand. Now. Give me the hand. Put a cuff on it. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Now.
All right, so if you see the little caption that say at this point in time, and the woman cop, she got struck in the eye. And she got her a good old shiner from our brother. All right, for picking on him for selling roses, trying to make a little money. Look, check her out. Good for you, she saw. Good for you. All right, leave our kids alone. They ain't bothering you. Leave our kids alone, man. That's what you get.
If you don't stop, I'm going to tase you. You understand? Put your hands behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back. Stop yelling, please, okay? Give me your hand.
We're not going to play the whole thing. All right. Bottom line is, okay, they did all of this just because our brother was selling roses. Okay? Because he was selling roses outside of Walmart. It's not a threat. A brother walking out of Little Caesars with a pizza is not a threat. Okay? Yes, the brother holding a knife, all right, may be a threat. But why you got to gun him down, all right, with your Glock? Okay? You're not positively identifying these targets. And you're getting praised by your police chief, and the DA got your back. And Trump just doggone, put his doggone henchman in place to dismiss police reform. Okay? All you devils, man, that's doggone woo. Give me lamentation. Give me Ecclesiastes 7:7. Give me Ecclesiastes 7:6. You got a lot of people, all right, that praise that orange devil. They praise Trump. Okay, you know, because Trump got the tendencies to put a little bit more money in your pocket. Okay, he got a real tendency, man, to deceive you. A lot of our people see that green and they on board with it, man. All right, I'll be watching the brother Anton Daniels, man. Anton Daniels, he's a Detroit native, you know what I mean, and he be speaking kind of good on a lot of topics. You know, but Anton Davis, Daniels, he got a problem with the Israelites, man. He got a problem with the Israelites, so I kind of stopped there. You know, I listen to what, you know, he's saying when he's logical, you know, but he praises Trump. He says a lot of good things about Trump. All right, but he doesn't recognize his enemy, man. And a lot of our brothers and sisters are that way. Okay, read that in Ecclesiastes 7:7.
God, this is Ecclesiastes. Chapter 7, verse 7.
Mm-hmm.
Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
Right.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroyeth the heart. Okay. So all of this oppression that's going on around you, it makes you mad. But all the devil got to do is swoop on in there. All right. And give you a gift. And now you doggone happy. I know how to shut these niggas up. Give them a stimulus check, right? Okay. Lower doggone. They said here this weekend. Okay, we rolling up on Memorial Day weekend, right? Okay. Yeah. So-called Memorial Day week. They said this weekend is supposed to be we're supposed to get the lowest gas prices. All right, since 2003. All right. And they said the average gas price in 2003 was like $1.56 or something like that. Let's see if that happens. But we're supposed to get low gas prices. That right there is what's going to make Jake and Eve. All right, look at this. Oh, I remember Trump lowered the doggone gas prices, and now you're going out there on the booth. You're voting for him, and you're forgetting that this devil dismissed police reform. You're forgetting that this devil and his henchmen got rid of DEI. You're forgetting that this devil had influence on doggone affirmative action being taken away. Okay? And if he pardoned Derek Chauvin, if that devil pardoned Derek Chauvin, hey, look, hey, our people gonna cut up, man. I think they probably gonna start doggone rioting, okay, over this doggone DOJ thing. All right, dismissing police reform. All right, they're trying to incite a race war. They're trying to incite it. Okay, because they look at it as an opportunity for target practice. That's how they look at it. Jake, look, these devils know that they training their kids from doggone 3 and on up. They training their kids how to use them damn firearms at a very young age, man. They got them out at the range. They got them out in the woods. Okay, they're teaching them with the bow and arrow too. Okay, this is a skillful hunter, man. Right? And he's not just a hunter of doggone animals, right? He's a hunter of men. Alexander the Greek freak showed you that. Okay? And these devils continue to show you that with their history. Okay? They're ready. This is why they're trying to incite this thing. This is why they're trying to incite, because they want you to jump. All right? Look at our people. Hey, them devils, them jokers don't know how to shoot. They don't organize. All right, they shoot like this, sideways. That's how they look at you, right? And Trump continuing to woo you. Trump don't give a damn about. Let me show you what Trump give a damn about. Let me show you something real quick. Okay, fair use, fair use. All right, let me go ahead and play it. Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. Fair use, fair use. All right, give me a quick little minute, family. All right, say something while I pull up this video, brothers and sisters. Say something, brothers.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 13. I'll start at verse Connor, I'll start there. It reads, take fast hold of instruction. Let her not go, for she is thy life. Enter not into the path of the wicked, and go not in the way of evil men. And of course, we know the nation of Edom, they're known as the border of wickedness throughout the Bible, right? But jumping down, verse 16, for they sleep not, except they have done mischief, and their sleep is taken away unless they have caused someone to fall. For they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence. Just to go to show, just this is the reason why the scriptures are so important, and why our job, of course, is scriptures of the Bible. Our people have to know who their enemy is. It's like, I remember I sent out one another video as well, going into how this young brother, his mindset is just completely warped.
Hey, we're gonna play that. So hey, keep a cap on
counter to one. But you're gonna see, but it's just our people, they have no perception or no I say no understanding of who their enemy is, right? But the scriptures tell us that these people can't sleep unless they commit some sort of evil or wicked act, man, right? Their sleep is taken away unless they cause someone to fall. It's constantly on their minds and in their hearts to destroy you, because of course that was the case with their forefather Esau, right? So that's why they eat the bread of wickedness and drink the wine of violence, man, because of course it's a continual and perpetual hatred against you. But our people don't know that, because it starts with us not knowing who we are, and it ends with our people not knowing who their enemy is either. And I yield right there.
Hey, that's right. And I'm gonna show you.
Heartbreaking and senseless again, and that is where we're going to start this morning with that shocking news from Washington.
I'm gonna show you what Trump cares about. Pay attention.
That you're waking up to. Last night, 2 Israeli embassy staff members were shot and killed as they left an event at the Capitol Jewish Museum. Now, video from the scene shows the arrest of a man who appears to be the shooter. The victims have been identified as a young couple who were set to be engaged.
All right, so here we got a situation, okay, where you got these two so-called Jewish people, right, that work at the embassy. They get unalived, all right, by a so-called Palestinian supporter, right, okay, in Washington, D.C., at a so-called Jewish museum, okay? Now, remember, this happened last night, okay? The news for doggone dismissing police reform came out the day before. So we're not going to worry about violence in the Black community and their civil rights, right? Pay attention.
They were killed right across the street from an FBI field office and less than a mile from the U.S. Capitol. Scott McFarland is near the scene right now. Scott, good morning. I know that this is a very fluid situation right now, but what can you tell us so far?
Hey, Gail, the Capitol Jewish Museum is that smaller brick building behind me, if you look closely at your screen. And that police tape is hanging from the side of the Washington, D.C. FBI field office. That's how high security an area this is. We are steps away from the Justice Department, from the D.C. police headquarters, from the U.S. Capitol. This was nevertheless the scene of a targeted attack last night.
Tonight, a heinous crime was committed.
A fatal shooting outside the Capitol Jewish Museum in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday night. Law enforcement says prior to the attack, the suspect was observed pacing back and forth outside the museum.
He approached a group of 4 people, produced a handgun, and opened fire, striking both of our decedents. After the shooting, the suspect then entered the museum and was detained by event security.
This morning, the Israeli Foreign Ministry named the 2 victims as Yaron Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram, embassy staff workers in Washington.
The young man purchased a ring this week with the intention of proposing to his girlfriend.
So you got the Israeli embassy doggone guy right here, right? He's on the scene, right? You got the doggone mayor on the scene. She spoke. You got the police chief on the scene. Okay? All of these so-called important folk are on this scene. All right? kind of remind me of a line from my favorite rapper in the world, Nas. Nas said in a song, I want to say it was In Too Deep, on the soundtrack In Too Deep. He said, but when the police get shot, the mayor and everybody there, okay, they don't care about when we get shot, right? They just sending out some doggone, some plainclothes officers, right? Sending out the coroner, right? Clean up the scene, all right? And just another nigga, okay, got laid down. And they're gonna take forever to get to the scene, right? But when some doggone Israelis, right, get unalived, look at the audience. Look at the attention.
Next week in Jerusalem.
The suspect, who's now in custody, was identified by police as 30-year-old Elias Rodriguez from Chicago. The FBI says it's investigating ties to potential terrorism and his motivation.
The suspect chanted, "Free, free Palestine," while in custody.
Witnesses say Rodriguez was with them inside the museum after the shooting before they realized who he was.
So about 10 minutes later, when the cops actually came in, he said, "I did this." He said, "Sir, I'm unarmed." He put his hands up. He grabbed a red keffiyeh out of his pocket and started the Free Palestine chants.
President Trump responded to the shooting, posting these horrible...
This is what your commander-in-chief had to say, okay? After the Department of Justice just dismissed police reform, right? These horrible DC killings, based off, obviously, on anti-Semitism. Let me tell you what's anti-Semitism, all right? The killing of our 4-year-old young man, okay? The killing of the 4-year-old young man, okay, Terrell Miller, that's anti-Semitism, all right? The killing of George Floyd, Sonia Massey, Breonna Taylor, all right, Fernando Castillo, right? That's anti-Semitism, okay? Because you're talking about the real descendants of Shem. God? All right? And when I say descendants, all right, I'm talking about the ones who carry the seed. Because you may be a descendant of Shem. I got to be careful about what you say. Is Esau a descendant of Shem? Yes. Yes, he is. All right. But he does not carry the seed. All right. That seed passed to who? Jacob.
Jacob.
From Isaac, right? Okay. And passed by Esau, as Ezra taught us. Okay. But look at what Trump says. He says, hatred and radicalism have no place in the USA. Condolences to the families and victims. So sad that such things as this can happen. Okay? But you take away police reform from our communities. And you shed light, all right, on this situation. Trump is an advocate of them devils down in South America. Hey, look, them doggone Edomites down there in South America, they getting the business put on. Okay? They doggone getting the business put on. I was listening to iHeartRadio, all right, earlier today, and they put a stat out there that the murder rate in South Africa is like 60%. Okay? It's huge. All right, versus 19%, all right, over here in the United States. Okay? It's huge. They taking them devils out down there. And that's why Trump, okay, is fighting now, all right, to bring them over here to the United States. He's trying to make room for them, right? They were pushing out the so-called illegal aliens, right? The people that are native to this land, all right? Y'all gotta pay attention to these devils, man. Y'all gotta pay attention to these devils. We got so-called Black and Hispanic brothers and sisters standing alongside these devils, okay, as they push out our people, all right, and he's got an agenda to bring over these so-called South African Edomites, these farmers, right? With our taxpaying dollars and bring them over here, all right, to live in house. Ain't something wrong with that, man.
Salaki Adama.
Go ahead, King.
You know the farmers in Nebraska lost their farms because of Trump's tariffs.
Say that again.
When the tariffs came down, the farmers in Nebraska were crying. We're losing our farms. We're losing our farms. Their farms got foreclosed on. J.D. Vance got a company that bought up these farms. And guess who they're selling the farms to?
Who that?
All of those South Africans that are coming over.
You see?
It's in cities, man.
And these devils
they're getting what they pay for. They're getting what they voted for.
Hey, Cap Yazabad been in the background for a minute, ain't it? Hey, my bad, Cap.
I'm back here enjoying the show, Ottawa.
Hey, Con, my bad, man. Hey, we got you back in here. Okay. But that's where your commander-in-chief's mindset is. Okay. He's caring about his people. Look at this doggone so-called Israeli, Jewish. I want you to look at this cat. Look at this cat. Hold on for a minute. Pay attention.
Palestine while in custody.
Witnesses say Rodriguez was with them inside the museum after the shooting before they realized who he was.
So about 10 minutes later, when the cops actually came in, he said, I did this. He said, sir, I'm unarmed. He put his hands up. He grabbed a red keffiyeh out of his pocket and started the Free Palestine chants.
President Trump responded to the shooting, posting, "These horrible D.C. killings, based obviously on anti-Semitism, must end," adding, "Hatred and radicalism have no place in the USA." Trump contacted Attorney General Pam Bondi, who was with the Israeli ambassador.
Together with President Trump, our Prime Minister.
That's the Edomite. Talking about Israeli. That's two people. That's a white man.
Good.
Okay? Just like if you look at the South African man, white man, he don't look no different than the Edomite over here. Okay? You go over there to Russia. Okay? The devils don't look no different than the Edomite over here until they open up their mouth and start talking that Slav. Okay? That's who he cares about. That's why they're allowed to have their own police force. Okay? That's why the Brits, you know, and the so-called white man over here, all right, helped set up the doggone Israeli state in 1948. That's why. Because this is their people. Look at this imposter. He's supposed to be you, Mike. He's supposed to be you, Captain Yazabet. That's supposed to be doggone the Jew right there. That's a white man. Okay? And this is why they have to protect Israel. This is why, because they set their people up over there to pose as the Israelites. Give me the book of Revelations chapter 3. All right? Give me Revelations chapter 3. All right? Our people sitting up here, all right, at these doggone Christian conventions, and they sending these doggone collection plates around, all right, and they sending money over there. You getting conned out your own money to send money to an imposter. Give me that. Revelation chapter 3.
Right.
In verse number 3. That.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and verse 8. I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews.
Which what?
Which say they are Jews.
Which say they are Jews.
And are not.
And are not.
But do lie.
But do lie. All right? You're not a Jew. All right? That's right. You're a counterfeit Jew. All right? We had to deal with a brother at camp, Salakia. We had to deal with a dude at camp. All right, coming up to the camp spot, talking about he's Israeli. All right? He's a Jew. All right? But by the seed of his mother. We brought out the scripture in Numbers chapter 1 and 18, and him and his wife, all right, was confounded. They were confounded. They had to leave then.
God. They're talking about their customs.
Right. Telling me about their doggone, their grandparents. And there was a little, debate on how long have the Jews been in that land over there. You know what I mean? We got a little, we got a little footage on it. Okay. I was thinking about making a short out of it, but we're gonna put that out here soon. Okay. But this is what your commander-in-chief cares about right here. He cares about these people. He cares about people who look like him. He don't give a damn about you. He just want to keep you in the days. Right? He wants to keep you, all right, in the unknown so that they can continue to reign over you. You're the enemy of the state, Israel. You're the enemy of the world.
Yeah.
Okay? God's chosen people.
Benjamin Netanyahu will stand together tall and firm, and we will confront this moral depravity without fear and with determination.
Israel's prime minister says they are strengthening security arrangements at their posts at their Israeli government facilities across the globe. An initial search by law enforcement did not show anything about Elias Rodriguez. We expect to hear from law enforcement again later this morning, Gail.
Boy, Scott, thank you very much.
All right. All right. But look, okay, we gotta make sure we're not putting our trust, in our enemies. Okay, because you're gonna be greatly disappointed. Okay. The scripture says, all right, though they walk hand in hand, okay, the wicked shall not go unpunished. Come? All right. It's going to be a doggone sad day. Right? And that weeping and gnashing the teeth is going to be a real thing, man. It's going to be a real thing. Dang. I should have listened to those brothers.
Right.
Okay? These people done doggone ran off, all right, to be with their own people. Why they don't care about me? I thought we were friends. Your friend, okay, will take a damn whip and beat the flesh off your great-great-grandmother. Your friend would take a doggone a hammer, a mallet, okay, and doggone a big doggone nail, okay, and punch holes in your teeth so they can stick a funnel, all right, in your mouth to feed you pork lard. Your friend is going to do that? Okay? Your friend is going to take your babies, right, and separate you from your children and your family. It's not a friend. Okay? That's not a friend. That's your enemy. Okay? And you're going to learn soon enough. Right? You're going to learn soon enough. The thing is, we got to make sure, all right, we're setting the right example. All right? We got to make sure we're setting the right example for our families. We got to make sure we're setting the right example for our children. You heard the young officer say something about, okay, a young brother in his mind state. I'm going to play this video right here because the thing is we got to understand how we influence our children. We got to watch what we say. Watch how we treat our brothers and our sisters, because this young kid doesn't have this mindset on his own. All right? When I'm getting ready to play, it's very disturbing. It's very disturbing. Okay? But I understand that it's taught. Okay? Fair use, fair use. Show me some love in the chat. Okay, fair use, fair use.
Fucking run it for me.
Guess the race of the person who did that. I'll tell you, they were black. Of course they were. And this is why I don't even like to be around my own people. If I was that person in the other booth that got rants all over me, bro, I would have been so mad. Because why are you even doing that? And the person who did it in the comments was defending their actions, talking about it's funny, it's a joke. You're weird. You're weird, bro. Honestly, please be racist towards black people. Maybe that's gonna help them stop being like this. Because there's...
The young brother said, please continue to be racist toward black people, all right? Because maybe it'll help them change. Brother, do you understand that you're saying that about yourself?
I don't know.
Continue to be racist toward black people. Maybe they'll change. Okay, so when somebody snatch your tail up, young brother, okay, and have you doggone dangling from a tree, okay, you're not the exception. Our brothers and our young sisters have to understand that. Okay, we're family. Okay, it don't matter what neighborhood you grow up in. It don't matter what your family last name is. Okay, don't matter if you live in the north, don't matter if you live in the south, east, or west. We the Israelites. And the Most High God commanded us to gather ourselves together. Okay, don't matter if you're Northern Kingdom or Southern Kingdom. Okay, don't matter if you're so-called Mexican, but of Negroid descent, all right, Dominican, all right, Puerto Rican, Haitian. It doesn't matter. You're Israelite, you're an Israelite. Okay, and we got to look out for one another. And we got to raise these children up in the way that we should go. We got to watch what we do. That was a childish thing for that man to do. I don't know if that was his daughter. Okay. You know, he got ranch dressing all over or whatever the case may be. Okay, he might have been playing around. But at the same time, that's not enough for a young kid. This young man has hatred toward his people. And you just don't have hatred toward your people, okay, without that being taught to you, without the people around you speaking that way. He's a young kid. You see, he got that flag in the background too.
Go
ahead, Ken.
Also, I'm not quite too sure if anybody caught it, but when I saw this clip initially earlier, I don't want Shalom, he sent it to me, but I noticed he has a cross for an earring.
Mm-hmm.
So that also indicates like a Christian influence as well within his life. But there's an issue with that in particular. Is it all right if I grab a precept of the show?
Hey, bring it out.
Counter one. Can we grab the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 10 real quick?
Romans 12 and 10.
Counter one. Also Romans 1 and 1. Just to show what it is that the scripture, that the New Testament specifically says about a matter like this. This brother's mindset is disturbing, like Ottawa said earlier. Like,
this is the book. I'm sorry, King. This is the book of Romans chapter 1 and verse number 1. And it reads, Paul, a servant of Yahushua HaMashiach, called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of God.
Select the one. So who's getting ready to say this right here is a servant of Jesus Christ, whom this brother is wearing a sort of a cross to resemble him or to essentially like honor him or something. It's something like the Christians like they like to do, right? But of course, that's not the way we honor Christ. The way we honor Christ is by keeping his commandments, right? That's how we show that we love him. And one of those commandments that he gave us is that we love our own people, right? That we love our brother as he loves ourselves, right? He said that if any case to hate your brother in your heart, but you're supposed to anywise rebuke thy neighbor. Let's get Romans 12 and verse 9, Baba Kasha.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 12 and verse 9. Let love be without dissimulation. Abhor that which is evil. Cleave to that which is good.
Salakia the one. So it says to let love be without simulation, essentially without like a false like image in front of it, right? More so like portraying it to be like, well, you know what? I'm just like, you know what? This is what we do. Therefore, it's okay to treat us this way. No, right? You got to let your love be genuine for your people, right? But it's telling like, but perpetuating the fact that, you know what, that we can just continue to be racist to them because of small acts like this, because of silly things like this. That's not right, right? But we have to abhor that which is evil, and the things that they do to us on a daily basis. The fact that we have a C4N every single week is signs that that's evil that's being done to our people, right? But yet this brother, he's not even following that New Testament mindset because he's so polluted with this Puritan Christian mindset, right? But it's far from what the New Testament actually teaches us to how we deal with our own people. You're supposed to anyways rebuke your name. You're supposed to show like, hey, man, we're not supposed to be moving like this. We better than that, right? But no, he's just completely abandoned his own people. And that's the mindset that, of course, this religion is pushed to his mind, right? I mean, my God don't look like me. That's his mindset. Because, again, he's seeing this dang white Jesus image, right? Therefore, I don't got to love nobody that look like me either. And that's the wrong mindset to have, man. Read on.
Done. Be kindly affectioned one to another with brotherly love and honor, preferring one another.
Salakia, and who is our brother according to the scriptures? The children of our own people. That's Leviticus 19 and 17 through 18, right? And it tells us that we're supposed to prefer one another. We're supposed to prefer our brother over the dang Elamite sitting next to you on a train with no shoes on, man. You're supposed to prefer your brother more than this dang Edomite who's over here. You're telling him to racially profile you. That's a thing they do. But yet you're saying to do that for what? Because you don't prefer your own people, right? And we got to come out of this mindset because, again, the prophecies concerning a thing like this is very terrible, right? And I pray this brother, he understand and repent, man, right? From the bottom of my heart, man. And I yield on that point.
God, it's disturbing, ain't it, there, King?
Counter to one, very.
It's a disturbing thing, man, to hear a young brother like this. Hey, we're going to continue to listen. All right? Hey, good scriptures, brother.
There's no saving the black community at this point. They're loud, obnoxious, irritating, rude, ghetto. I don't like to be around them. They have more cons than pros. So
listen to them. They. Nigga, look in the mirror.
Exactly. Yeah, hopefully black people can stop acting like this because them acting like this impacts me because people are going to automatically think I act like this because that's how racial profiling happens. I blame the people who act like this, not the people who racially profile me. Because if they didn't act like this, I wouldn't be getting racially profiled.
This young kid must be like adopted. It must be being raised by doggone, you know what I mean? Some Caucasians. I don't know, man. You know, for him to have this kind of mindset, man, you know, you know what I mean? And they're loud and they're obnoxious. And you know what I mean? I don't blame the people that, you know what I mean, that do the racist activity. I blame the people that act the way they act because it puts us in a position, you know, you don't understand, all right, that, I mean, Adwan was just bringing it out last week. He was just bringing it out last week. The doggone white man created our culture.
Counter one.
Okay, when we look at hip hop, all right, even when we look at, you know, gangster, you know, activity, you know, in the streets, we learned that from our oppressor. Right? We had 350 years to look around us and observe his activity. We learned everything from him. And remember, they're the basis of nations. Right? They're the lowest and the bottom of the bird. You know, and I say it week in and week out. When we sin right? And we take on the attributes, all right, of our oppressors, we become the bottom of the barrel. But see, when we keep the law, we become righteous in nature, right? Okay, this is why we gotta doggone cleanse ourselves of this mindset. We gotta cleanse ourselves of Christianity. We gotta cleanse ourselves of Islam. We gotta cleanse ourselves of this place. Give me the book of Revelations chapter 18, all right, and verse number 4. We're getting ready to end this thing. Okay.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins."
Come out of her. This thing done trickled down to our children, man. This young brother is beyond lost. He's beyond us. And I'm gonna tell you something. If critical race theory gets its way, we're gonna have more young men like this running around. Because the point of critical race theory, this is the point. And they'll tell you this. The devil will tell you this to your face. The point of critical race theory is to stop these young people from considering other races to be their enemies because of the atrocities that have happened in the past. I don't want my kids to sit up in history class and learn about the slave trade, okay, and learn about the civil rights era, and learn about the atrocities that happened to our Native American brothers and sisters, right? So that they can be mad at me when they look at my face. This is how they feel.
Select one.
Or be mad at my children when my children are sitting next to them. You ought to be mad. Okay? Because the scriptures, I'm gonna let you get your point, because the scriptures say this. Give me Isaiah 14 and 21. All right, give me that real quick, and then Naeem, you get your point. The scriptures say this, and you can't stop prophecy according to the book of Isaiah chapter 34 and verse number 16. You can't stop it. The Most High God said it's gonna happen. All right, give me that.
Counter one. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 21. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. They did not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the
slaughter for these little devils. For the iniquity of their fathers. They're going to pay for it. They didn't get it. Them old devils, all right, that doggone beat our doggone grandparents backs in, ain't get away with it. They're going to pay for it by way of their descendants, because we are our forefathers. The way we continue to pay for it in this day with our oppression, all right, they're going to pay for it double. Go ahead, Nassim.
Counter one. I just wanted to bring out a quick point, because you said that they essentially is to the whole goal is to have our young people not consider them an enemy for the things they've done to us in the past, but they do things to us that shows them exactly who they are, right? But again, it's like it's plain upon tables who these people are, when the Lord said that a nation will come upon you from afar, and that he will place a yoke of iron upon your neck until he had destroyed you. In Deuteronomy 28 and 48, he said that that would be your enemies that would do that, not your brother Esau, not your friend Edom, right? Don't make no sense. But at the same time, the Lord said he's so displeased with the heathen that are at ease, man, because they think they're going to continue to get away with this, but that's not the case. And I yelled on that point.
All right, brothers and sisters. Hey, that's right there, Meshach, Abednego, Shadrach. All right, he said he's a child emulated what his parents taught. I completely agree with that. Okay, I completely agree with that. That young fella don't have a mindset like that. That's his talk. Okay, and it's a very sad thing. That's why the scriptures say, raise a child up in the way that they should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. And the way that our children should go is by way of the laws, the statutes, and commandments. There is no other way. You can try to climb up another way, but it ain't going to work. Okay? All right? You got to come through Hamashiach Yahushua, all right, to get to the Father. You got to come through the Hamashiach Yahushua, Yahweh, to get to the kingdom. Huh? Right? And that path is the commandments. It's a straight and narrow path. Right? It is a straight and narrow path. Keep the law and have faith in Christ. It's the only way. Okay? Ain't no shifting to the left or to the right. And you brothers and sisters, man, y'all endure this thing. Okay? Because it's going to wax worse and worse and worse. Pay attention to what's going on around you and don't allow these distractions to throw you off course. Okay? They got the Diddy trial out there. Okay? Stirring up this thing with Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez. Okay? And it's real stuff going on out here, man. They changing laws on you. Okay? Stacking the chips up against our people. And we're going to get caught off guard. Because all we want to do is party and BS. Party and BS. You already know it. You know where I'm going with that. That's all we want to do. Okay? That's right. Be vigilant. Okay? Be vigilant. Be a watchman. All right? That's our job. And you sisters, you hold down the fort. All right? Hold down the fort there, sisters. Okay? Be a good pillar of rest. All right? Follow these laws, statutes, and commandments there, family. Okay? Hey, any of you brothers got anything else before we get out of here? All right? Make sure you're following the rest of our platforms. Hey, Adawan, y'all were all. Hey, you got the Levite, Captain Asha Allah, his brother, Captain Kaya. Hey, them brothers, they'll be joining Adawan, all right, for the Sabbath lesson tomorrow evening. Make sure y'all tune in to that. Okay, make sure you're tuning in to Bar for Bar. All right, all taking place on this channel. Adawan's going to come on at about 8:30, 8:45 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow evening. Captain Yaikwab and Captain Aharon, all right, and Captain Mikawashai, all right, those brothers heavy over there, okay, and I think the officer will be on with them as well, okay, those brothers and Officer what's the officer's name? Nayal, okay, will also be with those brothers as well. Okay, they'll come on at about 11:30 Eastern Standard Time. Okay, go ahead and follow and support the Sons of Thunder Israelites as we feed the sheep. Okay, all right, we'll be in Jacksonville. All right, Jacksonville, Florida. All right, this Shabbat, and we'll put details out. If you want information, go ahead and send us an email at Sons of Thunder Israelites at gmail.com. We'll get back to you. All right. All right, we'd like to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Hashem, Mashiach, Yahweh. All right, until the next time, brothers and sisters. All right, y'all endure until the end.
Thank you for watching. If you would like to support the body, you can donate via Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle. We are the Sons of Thunder. It's our heart's prayer and desire for Israel that they might be saved.